Here in Chatham-Kent, we have a multitude of trails, and you got to think to yourself, who's maintaining them? Who's doing what to them? Who's growing that flower there that you don't even know what the name of it is and you want to know? So we actually have a full group called CK Trails, and I'm actually happy to have Genevieve Champagne, the Coordinator of Active Transportation and Special Events from the Municipality. Genevieve, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Eric.
So I got to ask you, how have you been doing in these interesting times in our community, province, and the whole world for that matter?
I think I've been doing as well as anyone that has been doing during the pandemic. It's been a little overwhelming. I am a mother of 2 young children, but I'm a pretty positive person.
Yeah, I mean, we have to stay as positive as we can, especially during these interesting times. And mental health has been just the big word to use in these worlds. And like I said earlier, we have a lot of beautiful trails, and some may not know about the community that works on these on a yearly basis, from maintenance, creation of new trails. Can you give kind of a brief overview of, what is CK Trails? What is the Chatham-Kent Trails Council?
So we have the Chatham-Kent Trails Council. It's a group of volunteers that anyone can join at any point in time. We host monthly meetings. We discuss trails in each community throughout Chatham-Kent, what is currently being developed, what we would like to see developed in the near future, and what we can develop in more distant future, like a 5 to 10 year planning. We also review our trails master plan and just see what would benefit the community. They are amazing advocates and spread such positive word about trails and how to get out there and get active.
What makes a perfect trail? What is, the perfect, stretch of land goes? It's not just the scenery. It's just, the motivation to walk it. What do you look at for a perfect trail?
So I think everyone in their own mind has their own definition of what a perfect trail is, but a perfect trail for me is mainly accessible. So what that means is a wide enough trail that a person can walk side by side with whoever they're walking with, as well as having oncoming traffic be able to walk past them. The ground is soft but firm, and then that there's always something there to draw your attention. So whether it is a forest, the birding, rotating crops in our rural trails, as well as maybe even a water element, just something to draw your attention there. We have lots of tall grass prairie, just something that is accessible, open and friendly, and offers a diverse ecosystem.
Okay. Let's talk stats, not just, O'Neill, all across Chatham-Kent, from winter season to spring season, now coming close to, summer season. What are the kind of the walking stats of our CK trails?
So before, I would have to go out to the sites, or we'd have our Chatham-Kent Trails Council out to the sites, and we do almost like walking audits. It's a little difficult because we'd have to stay out there for long periods of time and count numbers and kind of do the math. We've decided this past year that we're going to get trail counters and install them on our trails. We started in October of 2020, and we've done almost a 6-month study where we've tracked 3 different trails within Chatham, just because it was easy for me to get out there and be close to the counters at that time. And we've had those 3 counters log over 110,000 people, with our peak day recently as being March 21st. At 1,500 people had walked on those 3 trails.
Yeah, like I said, I think the word is out about some of our undiscovered trails, and maybe there's some newcomers to the area that are looking for their own little piece of a walking path to get into a routine. So I think that's great, and I think those numbers will continue, especially as the warmer weather comes out. Now, we've talked about what makes a perfect trail. What's one of your favorite things about looking at one of the current trails, or even just saying how just creating trails?
I think my absolute favorite thing about creating trails is the fact that my job is a tangible asset. So with that being said, is I get to work. Trails are something that I work hard at. I love what I do, and it's when you create something that matters to community, it's an amazing feeling. So I love seeing how the trails affect the community, because they lend themselves to so many diverse uses, from exercise to transportation to just even a mental health check when you just need to get outside and just breathe. But I also love the fact that it is something that I can show my children and show them that it's something that I've created, that the community gets to enjoy, and that every single person has some sort of use for a trail at some point in their life. So it's a really an amazing feeling to create a tangible asset that everyone can enjoy.
Do you have any good news stories to share from the Chatham-Kent Trails Council?
I think the pandemic has been hard on a lot of people in a lot of different workplaces, but we've had some amazing successes over the past year. And just to name a few, we would be completing the Greenfield Global Trail that goes around the Thames River and the Mitchells Bay Bike Lane this year. Another one would be we've been working on a municipal-wide cycling map for the past 3 years now with our Chatham-Kent Trails Council, running it through multiple revisions, and we're finally at the stage that we'll start production approximately next week, and we'll have a tangible physical map that everyone can have available to the community within about a month from now. So we're really excited about that. And then the fact that we've been working with our library staff, so they do curbside drop off. So if you just call the library, you can pick up a trail map, soon a cycling map, and any other trail documentation, such as like a card or our safe cycling handbook, as well as our libraries. Also, we've worked with them and we have a walking pole program. So if you need a little more assistance when you're out walking, you can always rent a walking pole through the library, as well as a pedometer program. So you can start tracking your steps and getting a little more active if you need to start doing those. And if you don't have the funds to have your own, you can always just rent them from the library. And as well as the fact that Ontario Parks has also donated park passes to the library. So you can just take out an Ontario Parks pass and gain access to Rondon Wheatley Provincial Park as well.
Yeah, the Keys have been open to a whole bunch of new trails thanks to some of these relief programs. Again, to help mental health get a little more active out there. And the link that you shared, I'm going to put right down here, chathamkenttrails.ca. So if you have any information, all that info is going to be on there to figure out, where is your next adventure going to be as we get into the summer season. So Genevieve, thank you for what you and your team are doing out there to continue maintaining these trails and creating a new outdoor adventure for families and dog walkers, all sorts of people. Is there anything else you'd like to share as we wrap up?
The Chatham-Kent Trails Council would like to invite the Municipality of Chatham-Kent to participate in what we're calling is the CK Trail Challenge. It will start May 1st to June 5th. The event is to encourage all residents to get out there, get active with any means of active transportation that's available to them. And that means just walking the trails, the pathways, even the sidewalks, bike lanes. The point is to hit everyone in the municipality, no matter your fitness level, your accessibility level. Prizes will be given away throughout the month, not based on kilometers, but just based on your participation. And then more information will be coming through our social media outlets with more details on how to enter that contest when this coming May.
That sounds like a great contest. I know I'll have my camera right. Is there a Facebook page that we should be looking out for any of these announcements?
Most likely the municipal Facebook page is our main one to go to. And then we also have our Chatham-Kent Trails Facebook page and our CK Trails Facebook page as well. They're kind of linked together.
There you go. If you're looking for a little summer activity, there'll be plenty of announcements coming up on those areas. So Genevieve, thanks for all you're doing out there and continuing what you're doing, and hope you and your family are staying safe.
Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate this opportunity to talk to everyone.